Hi, I'm Charl from Pangolin Photo Safaris here in Botswana, and as you can see, I don't have my usual uniform as always, and that is because I have something really special for you today. I'm going to show you how I built a bird hide here right in my garden, explaining you why I've chosen the location, the direction of the hide, what I would like to achieve, and I'm going to show you images like this that I got from my hide. I also will explain you which settings I used and techniques I used on these images that I got. Okay, so I've decided to build my bird hide right here, and the reason for this is, as you can see behind me, I have two ponds. Although there's no fish inside, between the two ponds there's a small overflow from the one in the back to the one in the front. So the one in the back is a tiny bit higher than the one here in the front. So there where the overflow is, the birds like to come and drink water, or they like to bathe. So I thought that this would be a perfect place for me to build a bird hide. I'm quite excited to see what photos I will get here. I can't wait, so let's get started. Just getting my chair. Here we go, done and dusted. So it's done, guys. What do you think? I think it came out really cool. As you can see, it's not very big, it's not the smartest place, but for me it's more than I need. It's big enough for two of my tripods, two cameras and lenses. So the one here on the left, I have a 1DX with a 500 where I'm going to take the pictures. Then here on my right hand side I have another camera, another 1DX with a 200-400, and here I'm going to do some really cool filming. Okay, so just look in the back of my screen. So I want to show you the view that I can see from here between my two cameras. So if you look here on the back, you can see this clearly, the connection between the two ponds from the one in the back and this side. Some really nice rocks here at the edges or the side of it. If I'm going to move up a little bit, you'll see there's a nice branch here, and I also want to hope birds will come and sit here. The type of photos that I'm aiming here for and hope to get is birds will come, sit and drink, maybe some droplets falling from the beaks. Of course, birds bathing, definitely like to do some slow motion, slow shutter speed there. And then birds, if they will come and sit on the branch here, hoping to get a dark background. So this is definitely some photos that I'm aiming to get. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now. Gonna wait and see what comes in. Wow! Did you see that? My first bird. I think it's a yellow-bellied green bull. It looks like one, I'm not sure. This is not a typical bird that I normally see from the river. Wow, this is beautiful. I just love the out of focus background, how the green colors mix and the dappled light coming through. This is really, really beautiful. I think this is enough me talking now. I'm gonna get some photos. Looks like I missed already a couple. So I'm gonna start shooting. Okay, so I've been shooting now for quite a while and I'm really happy with what I got. I'm amazed with all the different bird species that came here. I had blue wax bulls, there was firefinches, weavers. I even saw a grey lory, a go-away bird that came down to drink. I mean, wow, that's just awesome. I've been browsing through my images now and there's a few really nice ones, and I would like to show you some of the ones I got and explain you the settings that I've been using on these images. So for my first image, I have a bird drinking here. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of this bird. So if any of you maybe know what bird this is, I would love it if you can leave it for me in the comments down below. One challenge that I had here was it's quite dark in the areas where I was focusing and I took most of my images. So it was a bit of a challenge for me to have fast shutter speeds. I normally use in bird photography 2,500, 3,200 shutter speed. That's my ideal shutter speed I like to use, especially when there's action involved. Unfortunately, in this cases, I could not use those fast shutter speeds. It was just too dark. It put my ISOs far too high. I was over 10,000 ISOs. So I brought my shutter speed down to about 500. I was using my lowest f-stop at f4 to allow as much light as possible. And of course, I did like actually that depth of field. I like that blurry background. So if I look at this image, my bird is really nice and sharp. Eye is sharp, the beak is sharp, and I'm really happy about it. You can see because of the shutter speed it's not fast enough, or maybe with 1,600, 2,000, that would have that water droplets crystal clear. I would have been really nice and sharp. But like I said, unfortunately, I cannot use those high shutter speeds. I was shooting around 400, 500. My bird is nice and sharp, but I'm still happy with the image I got. So my second image that I like to show you is a beautiful African golden weaver came down to take a bath. I just love how this yellow pops out with the darker background. In this situation, I've been using my blinkies so I could see if the water driplets is washed out or even the feathers of the birds. So I'm shooting manual for ISO. So with this, I've been shooting most of the time -1, -1 1/3, just to make sure that I don't lose any details on my bird or in the water driplets. I'm also using back button focus, and in this case it helped me quite a lot. I could focus on the eye just before it starts bathing, lock the focus on it, and then start shooting. Not having any worry that my camera or the lens will refocus on one of the water droplets as soon as the bird starts moving and the droplets is flying around, that I didn't need to worry about, it will refocus. Last but not least, I would like to show you a couple of low-key images that I got, something I really was hoping to get. There was a small window where the light just came through the trees and it was falling right on top of the branch and some of the rocks. For low-key images like this, you need a shady background and you need, of course, the light falling on your subject. All you need to do then is to underexpose, making your background completely black and having your subject illuminated. In my images, I underexposed -4 to -5 full stops. The only thing you need to watch out for is getting the profile of your subject, as you don't see much of your details. I'm really happy with the images that I got here in the height. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to continue shooting. Here's some more images for you. Please don't forget to subscribe and we'll talk soon.